This press conference is Lucas di Grassi from Abschaffler Audi Sport and Sebastien Buemi for Renault Edams. Well, welcome to both of you again. Sense of deja vu. We're heading into the championship final yet again with you two battling it out at the top. Lucas, we have a quick chat with you first. How are you feeling? Sitting 10 points behind Sebastien Buemi. The pressure is now on.
Yeah, well, first of all, good afternoon everyone. Pleasure to be here again in the final in an amazing city. Very likely one of the best tracks ever in Formula E history. So I think all the drivers are very pleased of what was accomplished for this final. And for me, yes, very honored to be here. I'm 10 points behind, but I think one of the reasons I'm 10 points behind is because Seb didn't do New York, because this season it was different from last season. It was he won pretty much most of the races he did, and we definitely struggled more than season 2 in terms of getting good results, and the level of the whole field became much stronger, so much more competition on our side. And yeah, we are the underdogs. We have very little to lose, but a lot to gain. We are 10 points behind, so definitely the pressure is not on me. I'll try my best, do whatever I can, take every chances, and try to do a good race and to do a good and 2 races still open, 58 points, and we're gonna try to score as much as we can.
I mean, a lot of points up for grabs. Obviously, you said you don't have anything to lose, but that, I suppose, in terms of the Drivers' Championship, you're also still fighting it out for the Teams' Championship, so there is a lot to lose on that side.
Yeah, that's true. Of course, my main concern is the Drivers' Championship, but of course, we want Abschaffler Audi Sport to finish on the high. We are very close to Mahindra and also to Virgin in the in the Teams' Championship. So of course we will have a look at that. We of course try to score as much points as possible, but one thing is linked to another. The more points we score, the easier it is to win both, to achieve the both goals we are heading to this the weekend. And of course that will be extremely difficult. New York we had a tough time, and I don't expect nothing less here, but we are fully ready for the final.
Thank you. Well, Seb, welcome back. Good to have you back in the paddock. How was it for you missing New York? How did you keep up to date with the race? Were you on the phone to Jean-Paul Trier finding out what was going on, or were you just focused on the World Endurance Championship?
Yeah, good afternoon everyone. I definitely agree with Lucas that it's one of the best venues we had in Formula E. The track looks amazing, so can't wait, to go on the shakedown and do a few laps. But yeah, for New York, yeah, one of the toughest moments of the season, definitely, not to be there, not to be able to take part into the race. So I watched it with my teammates in the evening, with the time difference, and yeah, difficult. But to be honest, I had a lot of pressure before New York because I knew I was going to miss it. So I knew if I wanted to have an opportunity to win the championship, Montreal, I needed to score as many points as possible, so now I'm a bit kind of relieved it's over, New York is behind. I still have good chances, so trying to focus on achieving the best car, the best setup, and the best job from my side. But yeah, it's been a tough time watching the race.
I mean, how do you go into this weekend? It's a double header, racing Saturday and Sunday. How are you mentally preparing yourself for this weekend?
To be honest, I try to prepare it like normal. I mean, of course it's a season final, of course we want to win, but I don't try to lose energy or things that cannot really affect my performance in a good way. So I try to look at it like the other races. We know that when we get things right, we are normally, up there in terms of performance. So my main objective is just to try to achieve that, and then obviously we know that the race, everything can happen, so we need to do the race, but looking forward just to a clean weekend from my side.
And are you happy looking at this track? It's perfectly suited for a fast car like yourselves. Is that taking the pressure off a little bit?
To be honest, it's hard to say. Monaco, we were very similar, or up to us even in the race, a bit better than us. Paris we were good, Berlin we were not so good, and New York is hard to say. So even so the track looks good, I think it looks good just for Formula E in general. There is good opportunities to overtake, it's not too long, it's not too short, it's quite wide, so it's difficult to say whether it favors the car or not. When you look at the qualifying in New York and you have nearly, whatever, 18 drivers in less than a second, it's very hard to judge, but of course I'm happy to be here, and it's a good track.
And Lucas, in terms of kind of the start of this race, obviously all eyes are going to be on the two of you. I mean, neither of you can really afford to have any incidents, especially in that first lap of the race. I mean, are you going to be trying to play it safe a little bit more?
To be honest, the final is Sunday. Tomorrow is just another race. It's the 11th race of the season. So we're gonna try to score as much points. Of course, the risk and reward, they go to different sides. The more risk you have, the more reward you have, but also you could lose it all. So it's of course it's a controlled risk management. I think we have to see how Saturday goes on before deciding on Sunday. And the approach, like Seb said, is very similar. Every race, to arrive at this point, at this stage, you have to approach every race like it is a final. So from Hong Kong, we approach every race to try to maximize the car. If you play it safe from the beginning, you don't fight for a title. So of course, we push very hard. I'm going to keep pushing for this weekend the same way.
There's been some big news, obviously, with Mercedes and also Porsche joining in Season 6. What do you think of that?
I think it's beyond any dreams for Formula E. I think it's an amazing it's an amazing news. I mean, clearly it's from Season 6 onwards, so we still have to do Season 4 and 5. But I think there is no championship in motorsport that has a brighter future. So as a driver, you know, being part of it from the start, I think it's amazing, you know, and it definitely shows that politically and the manufacturer, they all go in the same direction. And you know, 2 years ago I could not even expect that. So I think it's amazing, and everyone should enjoy, because you know, we are at a great venue. We can fight for the championship. There is great manufacturer joining, so just need to enjoy it a little bit. You know, it's great.
Now, there's obviously a lot of respect between the two of you as drivers. Do you have the opportunity to kind of have a chat at all about the upcoming races, or do you have a chat after the races at all, or do you just do your own thing?
We don't see each other much. So.
We used to see each other at WEC, not more this year, so no.
Well, on that note,